Hey, baseball fans, this is Chris Singleton, and welcome to the show.
Let me show them how I feel for real. These ain't ill, they ain't got no skill, they ain't got no. Everybody want the roof, I'm a fly the coop. And up there, it was cool, I'm a fly the coop. Ain't no word on the loop, I'm a fly the.
New inning getting started, and now the shortstop, Murray. Hilton Smith only pitched in one game for the Monarchs in 1936, but in 37, he led them with 11 wins, including 9 at home in Kansas City. On the ground. On to O'Neill. Hilton working on preserving this narrow lead.
As great as Hilton was in 1937, he was even better in 38. He only lost twice and had easily the highest WAR of any player in the Negro American League. And he got the win while striking out 3 batters in the East-West All-Star game.
And it's even up.
Here's one example of how dominant Hilton Smith could be. In his 1937 no-hitter against the Chicago American Giants, Chicago only hit the ball out of the infield twice the whole game. That's overwhelming stuff.
Trying to bunt his way on, and he grabs it foul. Smith wheels and deals. Cut on and miss, struck him out, and there are 2 outs. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Hayes.
Oh, and 1.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Gets under it and pops it up. That gets down for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
Ground ball right side. Out to short. They get the force, and that is that. Back now at Muehlebach Field. Here's the left fielder, Glass. Smith back to work. There's a strike. That one fouled off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Smith just 2 outs from locking up the win. And now the first baseman, Bates. Swing and a line drive curling foul down the right side. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. The 0-2 from Hilton. And that one hit 97 on the gun. Hughes now at the plate.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Next offering is in for a strike. The wind and the pitch.
Got close to the immaculate inning, and he just couldn't find the zone right there. When you think about it, 9 straight strikes, so tough to do.
And now it's even up. Smith comes to the plate. Up the middle. And that one handled on the run. Sends it over to first. Ball game. Hilton Smith slams the door.
Buck O'Neil believed that Hilton Smith had the greatest curveball this sport has ever seen. The legendary Monty Irvin would go on to say that it was the greatest curveball that he had the displeasure of ever trying to hit. He threw the big 12-6 breaker, and he threw what he called a tight curveball, where he would drop down 3/4, and he threw it all with pinpoint control. As a matter of fact, Monty Irvin would go on to say that you could know where his curveball was coming from, and the break and bite on it was so sharp, you still couldn't hit it.
overseas where the paramedics are. At first I'm like, no, I'm nonchalant from afar. Then strike the fake rap star, jugular with a regular balance of the cat. Burger bar, known to parlay with. I know the flavor of a car. Me and the thugs, minds are mutual. We congruent. Lay on the corner with the charm unit. I'm from the lab where the bombs distributed. So never try to duplicate the skills executed, son. You get electrocuted from the worldwide reputed. Shine like nickel, heat the flow to mine when I. So know me as a man that's from the roots crew. Others is bad lieutenant off of Snyder Avenue. We go high, we go high. Like a samurai, that a command that died.
And with that, the regular season is over, and it looks like we're going to see some new faces making their postseason debut. Carlos, what can you tell about the postseason and why it's so difficult and why it's so unique?
Man, it's just a totally different ball game. I mean, it's a new beginning. So whatever you did in the regular season no longer matters.
That's right.
And I love that. I mean, the intensity that you take to the ballpark every single day is just superb. You have a new, pep in your step. You're ready to go. You know that everything you do, every little thing matters. It's the most fun I've had playing baseball, postseason baseball.
That's right. If you're a rookie making it to the postseason or you're a 10-year veteran, it's like making your major league debut all over again. All is brand new, more focus, attention from the media and outside hype, and then pitch to pitch is very intense in postseason baseball. It is the best.
What do you recall, Jake, about your first postseason start?
My first postseason start, I had some broken ribs in St. Louis, and it did not go well in Old Busch Stadium. Albert Pujols and company put a hurting on Mr. Peavy.
Yeah. Carlos, what about you?
Just trying to keep my breathing under control. And we were talking about paying attention to detail. How about this pitch right now? Win this pitch, pitch to pitch. It just escalated from there. But that's basically the mentality you got to have to succeed.
Well, 162 in the books. Now the real fun begins. The playoffs are here.
Serve my delivery. A law makes the grounds you stepping on shivery. Permanent tears.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Welcome in, baseball fans, and here in New York, the show has Game 1 of the American League Wild Card Series. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the New York Yankees. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi, and we're just about set to get this Wild Card Series underway, Singy. Game 1 has outsized importance in a 3-game set.
Yeah, Boog, it's a huge game. There's no doubt about it. Guys are always talking about setting the tone in Game 1 of a series. Well, in a 3-game series, that might be the only tone that gets set. So this is no ordinary series opener.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set. Today's starting pitcher, Carlos Rodon. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
So digging in, Rick Rebb. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And he deals. And that's in for a strike. Ohtani, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a splitter, a cutter, and he occasionally uses a curve. And here it comes. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Drury hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Batting fifth.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He walked and came around to score his first time up. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Throw on to Rizzo and one away in the top of the 3rd.
The first baseman.
So the batting order turns over. Here's David Fletcher, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Bounce to the right. Rebb Throws to first, and that'll do it. Angels leave one, but they lead at 3-0. Base is empty with 2 away. Rick Rebb stepping in now for the Yankees. All right, Singy, you know I'm a dork. Shohei Ohtani, go back to May 5th, 2022 at Fenway Park. He tossed a complete game through 99 pitches. Get this, 81 strikes. It was the most strikes thrown with less than 100 pitches in a game since they started tracking pitch counts.
That's just unreal.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. Back there. And that is gone. So he goes the opposite way with that one, and they slice into the lead. It's 3-1.
You can see all the sweat on my face. We gon' hug you from birth to the day. If you with the gun, gotta skate. Yeah. Tell myself I ain't feeling the way. I'm a dog, it ain't up for debate. Already got enough food on my plate. Yeah.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
Rick Rebb stepping in now for the Yankees. He's already homered here in this one.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
That one misses. Ball 2.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
The next pitch misses, and that's ball 3.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
And here is Anthony Rizzo. 1 for 2. Line drive, base hit. Ball back in quickly. Runner holds at third.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
So bases loaded with 1 away. Now the left fielder, Oswaldo Cabrera. Stanton on third. Rebb on second. Rizzo over at first with 1 away. Got him! Huge strikeout there.
Got to give him a huge amount of credit on the mound right there. He got squeezed a little bit on the pitch right before that one. You know it should have been a strike. Everyone in the building knew that it should have been a strike, but he didn't let it get to him and throw him off his game. Came back with another good pitch for the punch out with the bases loaded. That's good pitching right there.
And the righty deals. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And the Yankees leave him loaded. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back at Yankee Stadium, we go to the top of the 7th. Here's the Angels catcher, Logan O'Hoppe, to the right side. Throw on to Rizzo, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. So 2 down. Rick Rebb stepping in now for the Yankees. He's already homered in this game.
Baseman, Rick.
And that's in there at the knees. Singy, Shohei Ohtani has been as advertised. Rookie of the Year in 18, MVP in 21. He has impacted the game in a major way. And then, oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. That one is gone. A solo shot. And to the deficit. It's 6-2.
You can see all the sweat on my face. We gon' hug you from birth to the day. If you with it, I gotta stay. Yeah. Tell myself I ain't feeling the way. I'm a dog, it ain't up for debate. Already got enough food on my plate. Yeah.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious.
One down. Now the number 2 hitter, Taylor Ward.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Right side. Tosses to first, and there's 2 away. So the Los Angeles Angels take game 1 of this wild card series. A huge win for them in hostile territory.
Yeah, Boog, they've still got their work cut out for them in this series, having to play on the road. But like you said, it's a huge win to jump ahead 1-0 in a short 3-game series. Just have to win one of the next 2 games to move on to the next round.
And on the home side of this one, obviously a disappointing result both for the team and the fans. But with home field advantage throughout, this series still has a lot up in the air.
Our final line.
Joe, I remember back when you first burst on the scene, you dealt with the pressure, the burden of expectation, right, of being the first overall pick. Did you feel that more in your first big league game or your...
Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, we've got the American League Wild Card Series on the show. It's the Los Angeles Angels going up against the New York Yankees. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton on the call. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
Absolutely, and it might seem like there's not as much pressure if you've already got a win in game 1, but they're dying to close this series out right here and now. The last thing they want is to lose the momentum and go into a do-or-die game 3. That's a lot of pressure.
Sometimes it feels like every game in a 3-game series is do or die. First pitch coming your way next. All right, first pitch coming up. And on the hill, Luis Severino.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Severino kicks, deals to short, could be 2. Peraza over to second, and that's 2.
Well, off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under.
Rick Rebb stepping in now for the Yankees.
The second baseman, Rick.
That one's in there, 0-1.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
Anderson ready to work. And delivers outside. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with guys going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
That pitch in for a strike, and the count is 1-2.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3. Luis Rengifo, the next to hit for the Angels.
Luis Rengifo.
Severino. Now a slow roller to second. Reb. Spin throw, that's one. And he'll be safe at first. So up next, Rick Reb.
Now
his first at bat was a strikeout.
Rick Reb.
In there for strike 1.
Well, impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count. Then you can play around a little bit more as the at bat expands.
And the 0-1. Swing and a ball popped up. Fletcher makes the grab, out number 2.
Now batting.
Back in New York, we go to the top of the 5th. Brandon Drury to the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Reb in plenty of time to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air.
Rick Reb stepping in now for the Yankees. Off the mark there, and that is ball 1. Reb, only 18 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick in 2023. One now. And that's in for a strike. This one in the air, right field. Renfroe in position. Brings it in. And that ends the inning. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Left-hand hitter waits. Smoked on the ground a second. Throw on to Rizzo, and they get Ohtani for the out.
The right fielder, number 12, Hunter Renfroe.
Back in the Bronx, and here's the first baseman, Brandon Drury.
Number 23,
Severino back to work. And he hits a ground ball right side. Tosses to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
The third baseman, number 6, Anthony Rendon.
Rick Reb stepping in now for the Yankees.
Rick
First offering misses the mark.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And it's 1-1. One down, winning run on first. And now the count is even. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And there's 2 away. The final 1-0 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Get up off my. Let me talk my. Let me show them how I feel for real. These ain't ill. They ain't got no skill. They ain't got no will for real. I was standing. my dream come true. Youngin' from Delamo, trying to let y'all know just what we go through. I was back to...
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. All set to bring you Game 3 of the American League Wild Card Series. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the New York Yankees. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We're looking forward to what's sure to be a dramatic Game 3, Chris.
This is as good as it gets in a 3-game series, Boog. I mean, one game for all the marbles, and who knows how it's going to play out. But one thing I'm sure is we'll see the managers being very proactive. And in a situation like this, where there's no room for error, they're not going to be afraid to use every arm in the bullpen and every warm body off the bench if they have to.
Yeah, there's no saving something for tomorrow in this type of situation. Got to put it all out there on the table. First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Nestor Cortes Jr.
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through a lineup and get deep into a ball game.
Maybe a 2-ball, 5, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
That is good. The center fielder, number 27,
Rick Redd stepping in now for the Yankees.
There are lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit. I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. One runs in. A second scores as well. 3-0.
He was all over that one. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Gleyber Torres up to the plate. Stanton, the lead runner at second. Redd at first. One gone. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out.
Well, he didn't get the call on the mound the pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, you know, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
And that one hit to first. And that's the 3rd out. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Second inning coming up in the Bronx. Yankees 3 and the Angels nothing. Logan O'Hoppe, the next to hit. On the ground right side. Fires over to first. That's it out.
Now batting, shortstop, David Fletcher.
And now here is Rick Redd. He drove in 2 with a single his first time up. Redd, only 18 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. Little slider action.
Rizzo off of first with 2 away. Fouled off. He was late.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Down and in, moved his feet.
Let's go, kid. One time right here.
The next offering misses. It's 2-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Hard hit right side over to Fletcher, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Rick Rebb stepping in now for the Yankees. 1 for 2. There's a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
The pitch. Chop to third. Sends it across to first, and that is that. One down. Rick Rebb stepping in now for the Yankees. 1 for 3. The wind to the pitch. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Righty delivers.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating.
Runner takes off. Strike in there. Throw to second. He's safe.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner into scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
On the ground to third. And Gleyber Torres retired.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
And up next for New York, Oswaldo Cabrera. Swings and misses.